on everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Now it is Monday the 30th of March and this is just another little workshop update or workshop vlog. We're still on lockdown. It's an even more stringent lockdown now, so announced from midnight on Saturday night all non-essential works were to stop. Nobody's to travel within 2 kilometers or past 2 kilometers of our house unless it's essential, unless you have to go on an emergency call out or you have to get some shopping or groceries or whatever. But all non-essential stuff has been cut down. So I am not working today. I was hoping to be back in work today. So although I am an electrician and I'm on the list for essential works, all non-essential construction works now have been stopped. So I'm on a call out basis only. I do service some pharmaceutical businesses, so if they require me, I have to go. If someone loses power in their house, I will have to go as well, but non-essential works have been stopped. So I'm not in work today and I'm starting to get pretty antsy. I hate not working. I always have to be doing something, and yeah, not working is really starting to get on my nerves a bit now. But I have a whole workshop here to play with, and if you had said to me 2 weeks ago that I would get 2 weeks uninterrupted in my workshop, I'd have said that's like Christmas. But in the current situation, it's not so much like Christmas. But I'm busy doing stuff, so trying to keep the mind busy, trying to keep active and take this opportunity to learn. So I'm playing around with the record power water wheel grinder, and what I'm actually doing at the minute is putting together some reference guides, some reference jigs for all my chisels, so for different skew chisels and roughing gouges and all that kind of stuff, making a quick reference guide so that when I can walk up to it I can just set it immediately and work away. I'll take you through it all that now in a minute. I'll show you exactly what I'm up to. I also have some timber I rescued from the river. It's a nice big piece of beech, I think. It's pretty well seasoned. It's been in the water a while, but it has some spalting and stuff in it, so I'll show you that. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to cut that up. I was hoping to have the big bandsaw by now, but yeah, that's not happening. So I'm going to have to go at it with the chainsaw, and we'll see once I cut into it. I'll see what it's going to be like. So we'll have a look at it in a minute. So I'll take you over to my record power water wheel, and I'll take you through what I'm at. Now I should just say about the audio, I'm talking into this shotgun mic on top of the camera, so I keep forgetting every time I turn my head away, the volume is probably going up and down, so I have to remember to keep facing the microphone. So my wireless Pro, Filmmaker Pro thing has packed in, I'll show you. So this is the wireless system I was using. This is the Rode Filmmaker Pro. It's a great system, but for whatever reason, the transmitter keeps disconnecting from the receiver, and I cannot seem to fix it. I've opened this thing up. The heatsink had fallen off, so it did take a bang. I soldered back on the heatsink. I tried to, it's a printed circuit board, so there's not much you can do with them. But I soldered back on a few things, touched up a little bit, a few solder joints. I have it working a bit better, but it keeps disconnecting. It's just no good. So yeah, I'm not going to start another project till I get another one. I have ordered the Rode Wireless Go, which is a tiny little kit, and it's completely wireless and rechargeable batteries. So I've ordered that. I'm not sure how long delivery is going to be. Obviously, in the current situation, I'm not sure too many couriers are actually running, and I don't know how many businesses are delivering, but I did pay for next day delivery, so hopefully it'll be here tomorrow. It might not be, but I won't start another project until I get that, because the audio is just going to be terrible and it's going to be annoy the hell out of you guys, because if I turn away from the camera like this, you can see what's going to happen. The sound is going to go up and down. So these shotgun mics are brilliant so long as you talk directly to the camera and directly into the microphone and you're this close to it. So for doing the kind of work I'm doing, it's no good. I need a wireless system. So yeah, let's go and have a look at the wet grinder. Okay, this is what I'm playing with today. So I'm trying to get the grips of this machine, trying to learn how to use it. I've done an unboxing of this. This is the Record Power WG250 whetstone grinder, and I've done an initial unboxing. My initial impressions weren't great because the build quality is not great, but once you get using it, the machine is actually pretty good. Has a few little issues still that I'm not too impressed with, but I'm getting the grips with it now. So what I'm trying to do is set up some quick reference guides so that when all the different tools require different angles and different ways of setting up. So that's your tool rest, so that moves in and out, that sets the angle against the stone, and you also have the jigs that you put the tools into. So there's a couple of different type of jigs. So what I'm doing, so if we take for instance my bowl gouge and I put it into the jig, I've just set up, again it's just a bit of off-cut of plywood, I'm kind of running out of supplies here. So that goes against my bench. I put this up against it, I have a bowl gouge line marked there. Now I have the depth that I need to go into my jig set. So that's just a quick reference for that. Now I need to set the angle of the tool rest so that it's the correct angle. This will be the correct angle on the stone. So again, I've made another quick reference guide here, just a bunch of lines for all the different gouges that I have. So all I have to do is loosen this. Yeah, probably volume's going up now on the bike now, so it's even hard to film with the mic where it is. But I can put this against the machine and pull it out to where the bowl gouge needs to be, which is right there. Then I can set this. And it's just a quick way of setting the machine, because there's a few adjustments you have to make in order to get this right. Pop on the jig rest. Set my angle on this guy. And then I'm good to go. So it's nice and quick just to set up, just a quick reference for everything. I'm not then depending on using this angle guide all the time. This is just for the initial setup, and once I mark all these boards, they're just quick reference jigs. So that's essentially what I'm playing with today, getting this set up for every single one of my gouges. And I have most of them here, so all the spindle gouges are actually the exact same line and the exact same angle, which is great. So that does all the spindle gouges on one line. Then I have my bowl gouge. It's a double-sided one, so there's a bottom bowl gouge as well. This is the most difficult one to get because the wings are swept forward, but I have that sorted now. The roughing gouges, they're pretty simple, so they just go into this little jig that sits against the bar. I'll give you a quick look at it now. But yeah, that's basically what I'm at, setting up a quick guide system so that I can use this whetstone grinder pretty quickly. So there we go, just like that, with this guy to set the tool in the jig and this guy to set the tool rest arm for the right angle. It's nice and quick and easy, and I have it done for all my tools, like I say. So I can go ahead now and sharpen my roughing gouge. I'll give you a look at that. So there you go, that's just my roughing gouge sharpen. Now I've changed the angle to 50 degrees, so I only need to sharpen the lip around the front, make sure that's straight all the way around, and nice and simple. Like I say, I'll do a full review of this machine and how to sharpen everything on it in a later video, but as you can see for now, it does the job, and the quick guide reference gets the tool set up in seconds, and then it only takes a couple of seconds then to sharpen the tool. So, and you're away again. So nice and handy, that's what I'm at. Oh, if the camera focus on, see, it puts a really nice grind on your bowl gouges too. So it's a pretty decent machine. It's not too shabby. Bloody hell, this thing is getting out of hand. I'll take the bowl gouge now and just whack it off now in a second. I might have to order a hair razor and just buzz this thing off for the next month and just be done with it. But yeah, it's getting out of hand now. So that's the whetstone grinder anyways, that's what I'm at there. I have a nice piece of timber that I rescued from the river, so I'll give you a quick look at that now. Let's go. Okay, we're in handheld mode now, so hang on to your stomachs in case you get sick. So this is the piece of timber in question. So it's a big balk of a beech tree, I reckon. So again, came floating down the river. It's a nice big heavy chunk. There's a bit of spalting in it. It is starting to split and crack. there's two pieces of heartwood here, so you've there and there. So there was obviously a branch. This is the precursor to a very large two branches that split. But there's some nice detail in it, so it'd be a great one to maybe put a bit of resin into if I could get some resin. So I'm hoping maybe to, I don't know, cut this thing up, maybe get something to turn on the lathe with it. Maybe I could get a couple of planks out of it to make a nice little box, or even just a little lid for a box, some detail work. So any of you guys out there who are experts in preparing timber or cutting up or chainsawing timber, any advice on how to approach this would be greatly appreciated. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take it out of the wheelbarrow and I'll flip it over and you can have a better look at it. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with. So obviously we had there's one, which way one of those branches were heading out that way and the other one was heading up this way. So this is the main body of what we have left. So yeah, I might just have to run the chainsaw down through it and see what I can get out of it. But there should be a nice bit of wood in there somewhere, either for turning a bowl out of, or maybe, like I say, I might get a nice top for a box, a spotted beech top for a box like I made for the dovetail miter box. So yeah, that's it. Any advice on that, guys, will be greatly appreciated. I'm certainly no expert when it comes to cutting up timber to get the best out of it. So any advice there, that would be very helpful. Right, there we go, guys. That has been my Monday vlog, or my workshop vlog, or vlog number 2 from the workshop. Just letting you know where I'm at, what I'm doing, getting the grips of this machine. So review coming up on that one and how to use it coming up. I'll do a full video on that. I have that timber to prepare as well, so I'm going to hack that up now with the chainsaw and see what I get out of it. Maybe that will be an upcoming project as well. I don't want to start any projects just yet until I get this mic situation sorted out, because every time I turn away, obviously the volume is going to go up and down. It's going to drive you guys crazy and you won't be able to hear me in certain parts of the video, and I won't be able to work where I need to work because I have to stare at this thing the whole time. So that's not a tenable situation in the kind of videos that I'm trying to make. So yeah, that's Monday. That's me in the workshop, still on lockdown, even further on lockdown, not in work like I intended today. So I said I'd just check in with you guys, see what you're doing. Hope you're all doing well. I hope all your loved ones are fine as well. And it's probably going to be another month of this, maybe more. So kind of getting psychologically prepared for that, and try and keep busy. I'll try and keep the content coming, and I'll try and make a run to builders, providers when the opportunity presents itself to get some more materials that I can do for maybe a couple of projects once I get this mic situation sorted out. So yeah, that's it. It's Monday. It's workshop. I'm not in work. So I'm trying to stay busy, trying to learn a new skill, trying to get something down anyway, so the time is not wasted. I hope you guys are doing well, and I shall see you in the next one. Take it easy.